Local fire agencies have been seeing an uptick of escaped pile burns. We'll tell you what this could mean for this year's fire season.
Plus, a potentially heavy mosquito season right around the corner, what you can expect and how Jackson County is preparing to respond.
And this morning we are waking up with some isolated showers, but we'll be on the drier side for today. We'll take a closer look at your Tuesday coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 5 o'clock on May 13th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. We're checking in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. Sarah, how much longer can you expect this rain to last into the morning?
Well, definitely we'll see some chances for some showers throughout the day today, but it's going to be mainly over east side and the Cascades. But this morning we are dealing with a little bit of shower activity over to our west side even, but we'll see that dwindle out through the morning for us, and we'll be more on the drier side for us today. But this is where we're seeing a lot of those showers this morning along the Cascades for us, and a lot of it is to the north. We could see some of those showers work its way down areas west side and areas over to the east through this morning. But you will notice heading out the door, especially areas over east side, it's pretty cold for us this morning. 29 into Lakeview, Klamath Falls, 38, 42 into Montague. We're still into the 40s areas over west side, so 49 for Medford, 48 for Grants Pass, and the 50s along the coast. Got lots of cloud coverage for us this morning. Today we'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine, especially as we're moving into the afternoon for us. But again, still into the Rogue Valley, we still have the possibility for a shower as we're into this morning, and maybe a sprinkle as we're later into the day today. But high temperatures are going to remain on the cooler side for us today, only making it into the lower to mid 60s for us. Areas over east side will be into the 50s, so it's probably close to about 5 to 10 degrees below average to where we should be for this time of year. Now looking into the next couple of days, we'll stay on the cooler side, but we'll warm up as we're moving through the rest of the week. But I'll talk more about what you can expect in the days to come coming up in your next forecast.
On the fire watch, last year we saw debris burns as the top cause for nearly 1,000 human-caused fires, and this year escaped debris burns are already twice the amount than 2024. 32 escaped debris burns have been reported on ODF land this year so far, which could signal for a rough fire season ahead. For those fires that do spread, ODF required an investigation and found those responsible to pay for the fire costs. Last year's fire season saw the average cost for each wildfire operation at about $300,000.
Thing we can do is education. We ask them if they have a burn permit. If we don't, we'll try to physically hand them one, or we'll teach them how to get to it, and then we'll educate them on what material is permitted, what material is not permitted, how big the pile can be.
The safety and ability of doing a burn pile is determined by local organizations like Jackson County Fire District 3, who you can call to get that burn permit and burn safely. Burn days end when fire season is announced, which for Jackson County is June 1st, but it could be even earlier.
In preparation for fire season, Pacific Power is hosting a public forum to highlight their plans to prevent wildfires. The forum will take place at 5:30 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn in Medford. Topics will include from advancing weather modeling, fire forecasting, and protecting against wildfire.
New this morning, former Oregon Secretary of State Shemia Fagan has been fined $3,600 after accepting a lucrative side gig consulting for a marijuana company. In an audit conducted, the Oregon Government Ethics Commission found that Fagan obtained $10,000 per month for consulting marijuana entrepreneurs. She also requested excessive state reimbursement for work trips to accommodate herself and her kids, like getting bigger hotel rooms. More information on Fagan's investigation can be found on our website.
Also new this morning, California Governor Gavin Newsom is urging cities and counties to ban homeless encampments, accelerating the state's efforts to ban makeshift camps. This comes as Newsom also announced over $3 billion in grants for facilities to help homeless people and others who struggle with mental health and substance use disorders. Since the Supreme Court decision on Grants Pass v. Johnson, Governor Newsom has continued to push for California cities to ban homeless encampments. California has more than 187,000 people in need of housing, which is a quarter of the U.S. homeless population.
Onto a scam alert this morning. The city of Brookings warning the public about a scam targeting individuals and businesses who have pending applications from the Planning Commission. These applicants have been receiving a fake email requesting an application fee via wire transfer. The email impersonates Deputy Public Works and Development Service Director Lori Zemer with a fake email address. The city says they'll never request payment via wire transfer and no systems have been compromised. If you receive a suspicious email claiming to be from the city, report it to the Brookings Police Department.
Oregon lawmakers are considering a bill to protect cat shelters from lawsuits. House Bill 3604 would set hold times for cats 3 to 5 days after they're brought in, depending on whether they're licensed or microchipped, similar to current holds for dogs. The wait could be longer if there's a local ordinance. The so-called cat napping bill comes after a 2018 lawsuit involving the Oregon Humane Society.
The city of Grants Pass hosting a listening and learning session about the terminology in House Bill 3115. This bill requires cities using public property for people experiencing homelessness to enact restrictions that are objectively reasonable. This meeting is an opportunity to ask questions and discuss the legal interpretation of objectively reasonable. It will be held this coming Monday at 6 p.m.
In an update this morning, the Oregon Health Authority has lifted the recreational use advisory for Immigrant Lake that was placed on May 1st. The advisory was originally issued because photo and satellite imagery showed bacteria that could potentially produce toxins. Further water testing has confirmed that toxins are below recreational guidelines.
As temperatures rise, so do mosquito activity. Jackson County preparing for what could be a heavier season than usual. After a wetter than usual winter, Jackson County experts say there's more standing water than usual, and that means more breeding ground for mosquitoes. The Jackson County Vector Control District is offering free mosquito fish, which is an effective way and natural way to control mosquito larvae in ponds and bird baths. This year, Vector Control is also closely monitoring for an invasive species called Aedes aegypti, an invasive species that was found for the first time in Oregon last summer in Talent.
We are anticipating a somewhat heavier mosquito season than usual. I mean, we are already starting to receive some pretty high numbers of public service requests.
Parton says that one of the most effective tools in mosquito prevention is also one of the simplest, which is removing standing water around your home. Residents experiencing mosquito problems or looking to schedule a technician visit can contact the Jackson County Vector Control District directly.
More than 45 Rite Aid locations are closing, including the Klamath Falls location on 6th Street. This comes as the pharmacy chain begins bankruptcy proceedings. Former Rite Aid customers are being accepted at the Klamath Falls Fred Meyer. A closer look at this closure can be found on our website.
Reporting a collision can be stressful or even scary, but Oregon DMV just announced a new and easier way to report an incident. Just log into the DMV website and fill out the information it requires and you're all done. By doing this online, DMV hopes to save customers time since they no longer need to submit the report through mail or at the DMV office. This is part of their expansion of their online services that are available 24/7.
Checking in with gas prices around the region, a gallon of gas has risen by 2.2 cents in the last week, according to Gas Buddy. Jackson and Lake counties are seeing prices at $4 a gallon. Klamath County has the cheapest gas, around $3.88, and you can find gas for $3.93 in Curry County. Siskiyou County residents are seeing $5.10 at the pump. The Oregon State average currently sits around $3.85.
On a money alert, the Ashland Community Health Foundation has awarded 8 nonprofit organizations with grants over $235,000. The ACHF board approved grants to expand or create access to health and wellness programs throughout Ashland, Talent, and Phoenix. Some of those nonprofits receiving those grants are the Ashland Community Food Bank, La Clinica, Rogue Valley Farm to School, Rogue Valley Mentoring, and Talent Maker City.
The Yurok tribe is announcing they're receiving more than $26 million to build a regional wellness center. This tribally run healthcare center will serve rural communities in Northern California. The 24,000 square foot building will have 53 beds available to provide primary care services as well as behavioral and mental health services. The tribe says they hope to open this center within 3 to 5 years. The funding to build this comes from Behavioral Health Infrastructure Bond Act of 2024 under California Proposition 1.
On the School Watch, the Grants Pass High School Band Program will be hosting an international musical event featuring award-winning students from Keizai High School Brass Band from Kumamoto, Japan. The concert will take place on Wednesday, May 22nd at 7 p.m. at the Grants Pass High School Performing Arts Center. Admission to get in is $10.
And this morning, heading out to the bus stop, it definitely is going to be on the cooler side, and we could possibly see some areas of fog in those low-level clouds develop for us this morning. So we'll be dealing with mostly cloudy to overcast skies heading out the door. Now we will see a little bit of those clouds clear out and some sunshine will mix in as we're into the afternoon, but it is going to remain cooler for us. Temperatures will be into the 50s by the time you're heading home, and our highs are only looking to be into the lower 60s for us today in the Rogue Valley. So coming up in our next forecast, we'll take a closer look at what we can expect around the whole region for your Tuesday.